Hello old-timers and newcomers, I am Cole Scratches. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, may Saturn bless your yield and may Ops bless your seed. And may Anthony Hopkins come down the chimney of all the world's Marvel fans. I don't really like Christmas, but I do like celebration and happiness, and we could all do with a bit of that. So I wish that upon all of you. No matter your history, no matter your mistakes, no matter the hardships you've endured, I want you to be happy over the holidays. Which is a little bit difficult when you're into found footage.
Holiday-themed horror movies are a dime a dozen. It's one of the more popular takes on the genre, but found footage is a bit late to the party. I remember bemoaning the lack of them when I first started out and reviewed The Presence. For God's sakes, don't watch that review. So it's nice to see Robert Livings and Randy Nundle Jr. giving us some chestnuts to roast by the fire. The Christmas Tapes is a collection of Yuletide-oriented short films, packaged and presented to us by a madman with a gun, full of bitter metaphor and comedic parable that truly captures how devastatingly awful Christmas actually is. A lovely present for me to share with you all.
There is a lot of recognizable talent in this movie. There's Vernon Wells, Dave Sheridan, Greg Sestero, all of them are in this movie, which I was allowed a month early screener of. Does this mean I've finally arrived? I don't even have 200 subscribers.
Enough self-promotion! The Christmas Tapes is an anthology film in the vein of VHS and The Dark Tapes. Christmas Eve 2022, somehow, a disgustingly cute family get-together is interrupted by a knock at the door from a needful stranger asking to borrow the phone. This goes about as well as you'd expect, but the twist is he doesn't want money. He wants to show them Christmas movies, because if he doesn't, we won't have a movie.
And therein lies the double-edged sword of this movie. A lot of what happens comes down to cliché, tropes and template, but none of the actors deliver a good enough performance to make you believe any of it is normal. They try acting like a loving family, but feel very awkward, and then they have to pretend that any of these ridiculous turns of events is normal and serious and not contrived to all hell. The whole thing comes across as intentionally, unintentionally funny. So, depending on what kind of person you are, this will either be the worst piece of trash you have ever seen in your life, or a modern cult film that you sit down to laugh at. Personally, I lean towards the latter.
The best way I can put it is, this movie feels like Christmas if you don't have a seasonal bone in your body. Everyone is clearly putting on a facade of cheer and goodwill when in reality they want to be anywhere other than here. And in all the short films there is a running theme of taking the celebration down a peg. The wraparound story is about a family held hostage by a threatening stranger and forced to watch Christmas movies. It's on the nose, but what popular Christmas movie isn't? The first short, The Travel Buggies, is even more to the point, when a woman desperate to put on holiday cheer for her subscribers on YouTube, drag her husband on a road and camping trip that make them both equally miserable. And they summon a cannibalistic French ghost just to be extra stupid.
Peer pressure, emotional blackmail, and senselessly chasing a sense of magic. 'Tis the season to be shitty, fa la 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 la.
The Christmas Gift sees a workaholic dad arrange to send himself as a gift to his kids. Why? Because they like unboxing videos. How? Guy on Craigslist. What happens? Kidnapped by a deranged Santa who tortures him for fun with Mrs. Claus.
This, I think, is the weakest of the shorts. The parable between one day of goodwill and a year of selfishness, it's pretty weak, and it can't seem to decide if it wants to be psychological or gruesome, and not doing either very well. What saves it is Vernon Wells' performance as Santa Claus, which is just joyful to watch. And the ending, I won't tell you what happens, but I laughed so hard.
All these shorts are made up of bad acting, nonsense plots, and absolutely terrible special effects. But the spirit in which they're made saves them, I think. Clearly, it's all in good fun, with every gruesome moment being so ridiculous you can't help but laugh. And while most of the actors sleep their way through their performance, the big-name actors are clearly having a blast. And they're all cast in the most important roles in their respective shorts.
So that's it then. Great movie! 10 out of 11, a modern cult classic. Not at all. Like I said, it is enjoyably bad, but it is still bad. And whether or not you enjoy it comes down to whether you can forgive its many strong shortcomings or not. And something that I glossed over, for all the great moments in this film, there is a lot of very slow moments that feel a little bit like padding. When the humor and contrast between the joy and bitterness of the season collide, those are the good moments, but between them there is a lot of very slow, awkward moments. I have not spent this much time looking at the background since Slender Man was a thing. Ooh. Now I feel melancholic. But where it all comes together is in the last short, The Christmas Spirit.
While the slow moments felt like the shorts kind of stopped, in The Christmas Spirit they're much better integrated into the film, as they give pause to take in what's happened, but all the characters keep furthering the story. Also, the humor works much better because it doesn't start off as ridiculous, and there is a genuine feeling of unease for it to bounce off of when it does arrive, in the most literal sense. A young couple has bought a house and will move in just days before Christmas, only to discover there may be something hidden already inhabiting the walls of their new home. Against all odds, they find a paranormal investigator willing to come take a look, but well, he's not exactly what they imagined, and may be creepier than the house itself.
It's difficult to talk about any short movie without giving away too much, but this is a very good short that I feel a lot of people will skip ahead to reach. It knows that humor stems from misery and not stupidity, and Dave Sheridan actually gives a good performance as a clown, but he doesn't come off as a parody and more of as a very believable fuck-up. And the ending is funny as fuck. That said, an hour of legitimately good cinema contra... No, I'm sorry. Half an hour of legitimately good cinema contra an hour of so-and-so cinema. Yeah. I stand for what I said. I enjoy this movie. But whether or not you will enjoy it is a crapshoot of individuality. I don't see anyone liking all of the shorts. And with that in mind, I'm not entirely sure who this movie was made for, but despite the underlying themes of all the shorts, they all veer off in such radically different directions. It may have done better as shorts uploaded to a YouTube channel under a theme, you know, Dread Central style. But, yeah, I'm just faffing around at this point. I sentenced the Christmas tapes to a 6 on a scale of 11. Thank you all for watching. I have been Core Scratches, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Watch movie, write script, record, edit, publish, upload,